Hey, Michael. Hey, Karina. Hey, Samantha. Hey, NYC Graffiti. Bastian, Roy, Daniel, Dale. Wow, so great to have you all here. Full house. So thank you so much for joining me. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update. Said my name right. Ah, great. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update on what's been happening behind the scenes, because I understand from a community standpoint, you're not exactly privy to all of the deep workings of the development team and the creative team, the things that are happening. So I just wanted to kind of like, bring you into the fold, huddle around the campfire and let you know a little bit about what's going on. So first of all, just drop a hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from and what you're excited about. Like, why is this exciting for you? Is this just like, it's great, here's another opportunity, here's another way of sharing something online? Or do you really grasp the vision and mission behind this? That's what I'm personally really passionate about, is what Starstake represents as a seismic shift in the landscape between creators and communities, in the way that we can engage in collaborative commerce, in the way that we can mutually monetize, right? Not simply a star gets all the glory. They have a channel full of all of their content. Meanwhile, all of the subscribers are basically just anonymous parts of the crowd. Like, this is a chance to really give people a chance to shine. This is a way for both stars and fans, for both creators and community, to have their chance in the spotlight. And that's really what's going into the design now, and the way that everything is being shifted internally, in the way that Starstake is being presented. All right, let's see. Hello from Germany. Hello from the UK, New York, Philippines, Singapore. Wow, look at that. We have such a worldwide collective over here. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Tariq Amawi, and I'm creative director at Starstake. So I oversee a lot of the copy, the messaging, the branding, the video creation, a lot of like quirky ideas that go into the storytelling and the narrative, and how we're enhancing the usability to make sure that it really has simplicity and elegance and ease of use and intuition in mind, so that when you're using it, it feels intuitive, it feels simple. And while it is a very complex and robust system in terms of what it can deliver, it should be easy to use and easy to pick up, in the same way that your TV does lots of extraordinary things, right? But all you really need to know is how to use the remote control. So Starstake is like that remote control. Here is your way to access a full Web3 world. Here's a way to build a creator economy, but it's simple. It's simple to use, even though what it's executing is very complex and robust. Hey from Oklahoma. Hey from Cali. Hey from Florida. Oh, I love this. For me, it's the community. Community-driven work has the prospect of sharing and understanding values to drive and make change in the way we work. Yes, and the way that we collaborate. I think, being a creator myself, as somebody who's always been a creator, I've seen a couple of different things happen. Number one is we are at the mercy of the platforms that give us that soapbox, that give us that stage, that platform, that pedestal, right? And if they suddenly change the algorithms or decide that our stuff shouldn't be monetized, then we lose the ability to access our own audience, the audience that we've cultivated, that are here for us, essentially, right? With what we're creating and what we're putting out there. And then also from the community side, you're being asked to like and comment and share and subscribe, but really, what's in it for you other than simply being able to receive more content? Now, some would argue that receiving free content is incredible, and that's worth it in its own right. However, what if your level of interaction could be far deeper? What if your level of involvement could go beyond that, right? What if you could truly be part of someone's journey to stardom and be appreciated and rewarded along that journey? What would that look like? And I think these are some of the bigger questions that Starstake is here to answer. And I've got to say, from when I started to now, what the platform can now do and how it looks and feels, like the actual final product, it's dreamy. It's dreamy. I can't wait for you to get your hands on it. It's really exciting. And it's like right there now. It's right there. So drop into the chat. Let me know what new features and things that you've heard about Like, let's see if you've been paying attention. What new things are happening? What new developments are happening in the platform? I want to see who knows. And then based on what you're answering, I'm going to touch on those and kind of dive into them a little further. I want to incorporate what I'm building in the metaverse to this platform. Wonderful. Yeah. I think one of the beautiful things about Starstake is it leverages all of this new cutting edge Web3 technology. However, it's using this NFT technology to do more of what we already do: connect, collaborate, contribute, share. It's facilitating the kind of interactions that we already do, but in a more effective way and in a way that's mutually beneficial. And that idea of everyone wins is really at the heart of the values that are driving Starstake. That no one gets left behind. Everybody can win together. We can all do it together. Free NFT, yes. So that's the Star Connect. I'll dive into that in a second. Being able to use NFT bucks, that feature is amazing. Yeah, I agree. And when you actually go to mint your own buck and create it, and you realize how simple it is, you're like, wow. Did that just really do that? Did that just create that buck and put it on the blockchain with all of that, with the smart contract embedded inside it? Did that all just happen just by uploading the artwork and adding the text and choosing from a few toggles and clicking next, and hey presto, it's there. And that's what I mean by it's dreamy. It works like magic. And I know you've heard that said before, though you'll experience that firsthand when you get to do it. Now, here's one of the things, right, that I found is because we're so immersed in the world of Starstake, we sometimes, or speaking for myself, let me speak for myself first. I can sometimes lose track of just how equipped this tool set really is, because it's so multifaceted, right? You have the marketplace, you have the creator hub, you have Stake Hub, which is your performance dashboard. Creator Hub is like your integrated design suite. You have Market Hub, which is not just a marketplace. There's several marketplaces inside of Market Hub. And then you have these different technologies. You have NFT bucks, which are community designed artwork that you can use to pay for stuff, right? It's used as Starstake's in-app currency. And then you have the access NFTs, which are like access key cards that grant you access to products and perks. And then you have the S NFTs, which is like a members club, essentially, that you are becoming a part of. So each star who has an S NFT, a Starstake NFT, that is like the mothership. That is the members club that then gives you all of these like rights and privileges and perks and basically all the exclusives that you would expect would come with a members club. But to see all of these come together so synergistically, it's poetry in motion. All right. So some of the new developments. Star Connect NFTs. What are Star Connect NFTs? So one of the things that our fearless leader, Chris Hawk, identified was that there's a lot of people who are creating NFTs out there and they can't even give them away for free. Like, people don't understand the relevance. Like, why should I get this? What is this giving me? I don't get it, right? And so one of the ways to bridge that was to create the Star Connect NFT. So what is a Star Connect NFT? And when I say the word NFT, for those of you who are new to the lingo, just think of NFT just like a card, right? Any kind of card that you would have, a gym card or whatever card. That's what an NFT is, a baseball card. It's just a digital card, right? But this card is imbued with superpowers. It has special access that it can unlock. It can do really cool things because of the technology that's contained within it. So a Star Connect NFT is an NFT that connects you to a star. So now by holding the Star Connect NFT of that star, it allows them to deliver value directly to you. And if you are the star and you are or the creator and you were the one who are creating the Star Connect NFT, now you own your audience, meaning that you can access them irrespective of what platform you're on or what you're doing. You have that direct link between you and them. Whereas currently, the current version of things, right, or let's say the old version, because we're making the current happen. When you look at the Web 2 world and you look at, for example, these big social media platforms, you don't have access to your own audience. The platform does. The platform owns the connection to your audience, and they're monetizing it, and you're getting the other end of the stick on that. Whereas the way that Starstake is doing things is like, hey, this is your audience. You've cultivated this audience. They're here for you. You have access to them. And one of the ways to make that official and actually be able to build that bridge on the blockchain is through the StarConnect NFTs. Does that make sense? Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Does that explain things for you? Question, if I already have my NFT on OpenSea, can I link to this platform? I mean, you can definitely create links from what you have elsewhere to Starstake. So if you want to be able to, bring people back to Starstake, I don't see why not. Yes, that is awesome, StarConnect. Thank you, Lynn, OG supporter. Yes, that's great. Okay, wonderful. So that's the StarConnect NFT. So now you're basically building a bridge between a star and a fan. And once a fan has your StarConnect NFT, they're like officially a fan. And now you can drop value directly to them. And also they start building fan creds. Who here has heard about fan creds and your fan score? Let me know. Just drop fan creds if you've heard of fan creds before. And if not, don't worry. I'm about to explain it for you. So one of the things that we also identified was that the platform looked and felt more like a fintech, right? Like a financial technology platform. And now we're moving in a much more gamified direction. So this gamified direction rewards your behavior. And not simply in an arbitrary way or just like nice visual badges and things. And there will be that probably in a future release. However, it's not about the badge. It's about how can we actually reward and appreciate people as they go on this journey of either superstardom or super fandom. And one of the ways to do that was fan creds. So fan creds, it's kind of like street cred, right? But where you're building you're generating a score that is connected to each individual star or creator. So a star or creator now knows the value of each fan. Do you see how powerful that is as a concept? Because right now, if let's say, you're on any one of the big media platforms and you have a bunch of subscribers, do you know which subscriber is watching the most? Do you know who's contributing the most? Do you know who's actually buying your stuff? Who's checking out your merch? You don't. And so to be able to create that transparency of mutual value between star and fan and star, now the star knows who their true fans are. And also the fans can see how they are performing and how they stack up next to other fans. So if someone's goal is to be, such and such musician's super fan, well, now they have that chance and they'll be able to see it displayed visually, and other people will be able to see that as well. And so now you can be rewarded for being that super fan in really exciting ways, in ways that were simply never possible before Web3. Chris Hawk talked about fan creds on his last update too. Yeah, dope. I agree. I think it really is dope. So these are fan creds, and the fan creds ultimately build towards your fan score. And your fan score that is really what stars are going to be looking out for, right? Which one of my fans have the biggest fan score? And then as a star, you can create new things. You can launch another StarConnect NFT. And as you create a new edition, the old one stops. And now that becomes limited edition. And whatever new one you create, now that's the one that goes out. And you can create all kinds of fascinating campaigns and strategies and launches and things like that with this tool set, right? It's kind of like once you have a hammer and a nail and wood and a saw and so on, you can build so much out of it. So what we're giving you here is a full tool set to be able to build your own creator economy. And the tools are robust enough that you can do this in a way that feels authentic to you, in a way that resonates with your personality, your brand style, your message, your mission. All righty. Let's see, fan creds. Yes. So that explains fan creds and the fan score. And so right now what we're doing, because we realize also that explaining Starstake has been challenging, right? Because it's gone through so many evolutions already. To begin with, I remember when I came on board, it was like an NFT platform. And then we're looking at it, it's like, actually, it's so much more than that. Like the fact that it uses NFT technology is incidental, right? What's really powerful about it is that the experiences it creates, the end result, the way that it can have meaningful impact for creators and their communities, right? For brands and the people who love the brands. That is truly what is being created, the end experience, the outcome. And we were focusing on the means, right? It's kind of like having an internet business that sells, I don't know, really colorful socks, and you're focusing on the fact that you can buy them online. And it's like, yeah, but the really exciting part is the end product, right? The fancy socks, not the fact that you can order them online. So in the same way, the NFT infrastructure, the technology is a means to that end. So you've probably noticed now that the positioning and the branding has shifted from being about NFTs to being about the star and fan experience, to being more about the community experience, because really that's what's at the heart of it. We will succeed by creating meaningful experiences that positively impact the lives of people who use Starstake. That's way more important than, is it Web3, is it NFT? However, we've made that process as frictionless and as seamless as possible. And technologies such as Magic Wallet and other things mean that you don't have this exhaustive technological barrier to overcome. You can instead use it in a way that feels familiar, feels native to you, but still does a whole bunch of extra new exciting things. So those are the things that I wanted to share with you. And just to let you know that the way that it's looking and feeling, and the current build, it's just leaps and bounds ahead of where it was. And so if you're excited, you have every reason to be. And I just wanted to jump on here and share this with you and say, it is coming. It is round the corner now. And all of your patience will be rewarded. So if you have any questions for me specifically, if there's something that I can answer in regards to the creative or anything like that, now is your time. You have me here. I'm going to keep this talk fairly short and sweet so that people can tune into the replay without needing to sit through a long video. I'm wearing my Starstaker t-shirt, even though you can see the camera is kind of putting it back to front. If you haven't picked up some merch, pick up some merch. Drop a photo of yourself wearing one of the Starstake t-shirts into StarHub. And so I'll give you a moment here just in case you have any other questions or anything like that. I think it really is a testament to the caliber of the minds and the people behind this project, how fast it's evolving. I would say that, I've seen platforms develop. I've seen technologies improve. Though Starstake truly, from my perspective, feels like it's evolving, like it's going through these huge leaps in functionality and ability, and is doing it in record time because there isn't all of that red tape. And actually, speaking of red tape, this is a good point. Any kind of video material you would have seen several months ago or things like that, this has all been in a state of development, right? Starstake V1 hasn't launched to the public yet. So everything that you've seen so far has been essentially like internal alpha and prior builds. And you might be asking the question, well, why has it changed so much? Or why are these things changing and shifting and so on? And one is because it makes the user experience that much better. But the second one is perhaps not as obvious. And I'd like to share it here with you because I think it's important that you know it. When it came to designing the feature set and what we wanted Starstake to do, we didn't want to be bound by what was possible, what was expected, what other people, platforms are doing, or what stringent constraints are foisted upon platforms today. Instead, we simply wanted to build what we wanted to build. And so a lot of the languaging, a lot of the technology, a lot of the feature set was done with that in mind. And then once that was done, because we still haven't launched, then it's the case of, okay, well, let's have our legal team look at this. Let's have people who are very, very versed in this industry look at it and say, okay, well, here are the potential pitfalls. Here's how things can be perceived, and based on that, we now go and improve and change and shift the technology to still be able to do what we want it to do, but in a way now that does satisfy the legal team, in a way that is much more beneficial to everybody who uses it. And I really like this approach because it means rather than hinder the creative process, we instead create without limits. And once we create without limits and see what feature sets and things that we would like in an ideal version, in an optimal, in a perfect world, we then go and, okay, now we can taper that in from here. And now we can rein this part in. And that's why the final product you get to see is something that is truly the result of having gone through that limitless thinking. But then, okay, now how do we apply this in a real world scenario that's going to work and not cause any problems for anybody? And that's really exciting to be a part of that. Wow, I'm excited. So great. Yeah, Karina, it really is exciting. When is it actually launching, boss? All I'm going to tell you is it's around the corner. I'm not going to give you a specific date or something and then be hung out to dry on that. So all I can say is we want to launch the product that it deserves to be, with the countless hours and mental creative problem solving and talent and time. It deserves to be the product that it was always intended to be. Do you know what I mean? And so it's currently going through that final stage, but like it's right there. It's right there. And the result is going to be a platform that performs in ways that it just simply wouldn't have been able to before. Will it be multilingual at the start? As far as I'm aware, to begin with, it's in English. How is the marketing going? Great. Well, right now what we're working on is videos that explain how it works. So rather than you try and explain what Starstake is, you can just say, hey, watch this video, and the video will do all of the heavy lifting for you. Yes, make it right, worth the wait. Exactly. As Chris often says, you don't want to launch a phone that struggles to make calls, right? Because it doesn't matter how great all the other features are. What it set out to do needs to be in place. It needs to do what it was set out to do. And because Starstake is this complex ecosystem, I wouldn't even say like it's a single product. It truly is a suite of products all combined in these harmonious and synergistic ways, in these complementary ways that make it more of an ensemble, more of a symphony, really, than a single product. And so because of all of these different moving parts, it's important to get them right. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's really great to see you all here jump on live. Really appreciate you coming on. Otherwise, I would just be talking to myself, and that's not nearly as exciting. So if you have any final questions, feel free to ask. And if I have the capacity to answer them, then I will. Otherwise, thank you for tuning in. And yeah, the future is bright. We'll all find our home amongst the stars. All right. Thank you, everybody. Take care and speak to you soon.